New breed, global truth.
Good evening. Security remains tight outside the Bridle Path mansion owned by Drake, one day after a shooting that sent one of his security guards to hospital.
And that security was tested today with a steady stream of people coming to see the home, something neighbors say has become a regular occurrence both before and after the shooting. CTV's Janice Golding is live tonight on the Bridle Path with the latest. Janice.
Hi, Michelle. Yes, police have yet to confirm whether or not Drake was inside the home at the time of the shooting, but I can tell you there is a large security presence here, and they actually dealt with a threat this afternoon. Take a look.
Is that necessary? Is that necessary?
Not sure. CCTV.
Is that necessary?
It's CCTV.
I'm asking you a question. Is it necessary?
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Security was on high alert at Drake's Bridle Path home today.
Not necessary.
He's coming off Drake's property. Security guards and a swath of police surrounding and apprehending a man under the Mental Health Act following an attempted break-in at the grounds. A multi-million-dollar mansion that's always drawn a lot of attention, never more so than now, however. The curious drawn to see exactly where a security guard was wounded in a drive-by shooting.
It feels very surreal. I mean, we're here as tourists, and we just came to see Drake's house, and we heard this big story.
I feel that can be very scary to Drake because it's his life and his house.
People who live and work.
Oh, man. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. See, this is what happened when you channel the disembodied spirit of Tupac by using, artificial intelligence to do a diss record. This is what comes with the territory. See, this is the darkness of the industry right here. And this is the very same industry that got everybody lost in the albatross, concerned what these celebrities are doing when they really ain't doing nothing for you. See, there's so much darkness and evil within that industry. You can expect things like this to take place because it's a death culture. Everything they push is death. And I know a lot of y'all are like, Kendrick speaking that life, Kendrick speaking that real. The question really is, what is Kendrick doing for his people? But making rap records. Anybody can make a rap record. What are they doing for the people? Because I'm going to tell you, Kendrick made a song called Not Like Us, and I'm making a bold proclamation that none of these people are like us. Not the churches, not the YouTubers, not the camps, not the congregations, not the rappers, not the actors, not any of them, not the so-called philanthropists, not the 501c3 churches. None of them are like us. And this is a fact. And we'll talk a little bit about that because, listen, us and them, there's a difference between us and them. And we got to talk about that. I mean, that goes for all of you watching right here. So we can draw the line in the sand right now and get a greater understanding of what times we living in. Man, y'all already know what time it is. We about to go in. Pound the like button on your way in. This finna be a good one. Let's get to it.
It's like a modern day warfare. Got my ammunition cold red. I feel like Noah getting cold stairs. Like the seal across my forehead. The second coming of this bloodshed. Hey, roll out the red carpet. Roll out the red carpet, yeah. Spiritual voltage, hit 'em with 1,000 watts. I've been drawing inspiration like round the clock. This is innovation, we thinking out the box. History in the making, but they don't give us props. We in the paradox, 2 dimensions in the lots. Y'all gon' punish the world until the center stops. A man of war, I'm like a bull in the china shop. It's in our blood, I'm not the one that you should idolize. But I kept it real, ain't sell my soul for the dollar sign. I done seen gold chains turn to yoke of iron. There is no salvation if there's no Messiah. Before the rooster crows twice, y'all gon' deny it. You think you higher, he exposed all the liars. Vengeance is the Lord's, y'all gon' feel the fire. Let this be the soundtrack to everything coming. It's gon' be bloodshed. bloodshed for the second coming. Roll a red carpet out cause they don't really want it. Roll a red carpet out cause they don't really want it. This ain't Hollywood, this ain't even star-studded. But best believe he gon' have the whole crowd running. Hey, my music's slapping like he Honda. Damn. Quick enough to send a shockwave through your chakra. Well, damn. Knock it off, no combating with the prophets. Knock it off. Touch his anointing, start picking out your coffin. Reading this word got me locked in. I'm locked in. 8K crystal clear through these optics. I can see. No fear, it gets real when you got sense. Yeah. There's no chill, gotta build till we all in. All in. This is modern day warfare. Yeah. I'm getting ready while they horse playing. Got my ammunition cold red. I feel like Noah getting cold stairs. I see him. Got this seal across my forehead. This ain't science, this ain't hotel. Never that. This is Torah from the old test. Yeah. Then grab your sword for the protest. Get ready. No surrender, there's no rest. No I found hope when it was hopeless. Hope when it was hopeless. Time to roll out the red carpet. The Messiah coming back for bloodshed and vengeance. He will require the blood of all the nations. Vengeance is the Lord's.
In the area describe the increased focus on Drake's home as very alarming.
It's quite devastating, really. You know, we haven't really seen this much of excitement. That's what I call it.
It's scary because this area is, it's exclusive.
Especially as speculation abounds as to what precipitated the 2 a.m. shooting that sent a security guard standing outside Drake's front gates to hospital with life.
None of these rappers can dodge their fate when all they promote is death. See, those words have power, ladies and gentlemen. When all they speaking is death into the airwaves and they putting out these demonic undertones and frequencies, listen, make no mistake about it. Death is going to come your direction. I don't give a damn what neighborhood you living in. I don't care what environment you in. Listen, the rules are written in invisible ink. If you putting out a certain vibration that's evil, death will follow you. So all you little suburban rappers out there who not really living a life, but you think it's cool to rap about rolling up on ops and pulling out blickies and, jugging, finessing and running off on plugs and all this stick talk that y'all like to do, right? Death is going to come your direction. So here we have Drake living in an exclusive neighborhood and there's break-ins. The rap beef that should have been left on wax is actually right there in his neighborhood, in his rich, exclusive neighborhood. That should tell you how powerful the music is, right? Drake is definitely a warlock and a wizard. He called himself Sixth God for a reason. So no matter how much money these people got, they're demons, they're devils. And when you move them in any environment, all hell is going to come with them. Demons, devils, and death is going to follow suit.
Threatening injuries.
It's really sad. The security guards are so amazing.
Natasha works next door and says she's angry about what happened.
Because they're sitting ducks.
So this goes to show you as well in these final days, while all hell is breaking loose, the powers that be know that these rappers, actors, entertainers, they nothing but sitting ducks. They sitting ducks, y'all. They don't have no plan for the future. They not like us. They not maneuvering wisdom. They don't have the Holy Spirit. These people are going to be in bad situations. And all of that money that they earn is going to go to waste. The Bible tells us that even these rich men are poor, blind, and naked. Why? They don't have no direction. They spending their life for a green piece of paper, selling their souls for this green piece of paper. But they have no insight. They have no way of maneuvering. It's crazy. Let's go.
There's no anywhere for them to go. You know what I mean? Like they're just out in the open. I mean, there's a place up here and they have a security guard house.
Police have not provided a motive, but this comes as a decade-old feud between Drake and fellow artist Kendrick Lamar hit fever pitch.
Could have left the kids out of this, don't blame me.
A beef that exploded over the weekend when each released songs flinging allegations and insults at each other.
Between Lamar and Drake, There's millions of followers on a number of social.
Millions of followers. So they're creating the environment right now. They're creating the energy right now. Now, while everybody's concerned with beef and what's going on with these rappers, there's a lot happening in Babylon right now, which we're going to talk about some of the things that's taking place, man. There's some news popping off. Y'all do not want to miss this. I'm telling you, Revelations 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need for nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable, poor, blind, and naked. Y'all think that this money equals power with these rappers. You can have a whole lot of finances. You can have a whole lot of money and not have no direction, just like they tell you. You can take the ninja out the hood, can't take the hood out the ninja, right? That's the saying, right? That's what's going on with these entertainers. They don't even know how to be at peace with what they have because it came with something. It came with a price, which was their soul. These people are walking around in total darkness.
Social media platforms. So they're going to be going through all of that to see if there were any threats leveled in the last 72 hours or so.
And while investigators work behind the scenes, private security and uniformed police are protecting the scene on the ground. Now, Toronto police say there are a lot of security cameras in the area, so they're busy pouring through footage. They haven't released any video yet, nor any images, however, of the suspect vehicle. Reporting live, I'm Janice Golding. Now back to Nathan.
Wow, wow, wow. Quite interesting times we in, ain't it, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, everybody? I see everybody joining. I see Zone the Kid in the building, Jessica, Jane Doe, New Age Media, RGTM, Jessica in the building, Truth True, Just K, you first. Man, Memphis, Tennessee's in the building, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. Make no mistake about it either. Kendrick, he part of the program too. Y'all remember Kendrick? He sold his soul to the GOAT Lucy. Y'all remember that song Lucy, right? When he was rapping about how Lucifer took his soul. So make no mistake about it, because these people are quote unquote successful, that don't mean they leaders. See, our people are the only people in the world who look at rappers, musicians, actors, and entertainers. We're the only people who look at entertainers as leaders, and they're just not. All right. Yes, Kendrick definitely worships Osiris, and Drake worships Moloch. Hey, look, pick your poison. You want to root for the rapper that worship Osiris, or you want to root for the rapper that worship Moloch? They both demonic. They both evil. See, while they got the whole black community divided right now, there's real things taking place. And it's like these things that are happening is right before your eyes, but they've done so good with the bread and circus. They've done so good with keeping us distracted with he say, she say, and the cliche and the back and forth, that people really don't even see their own country plummeting to no avail. And it amazes me, because we at a point in time where we're supposed to be doing something. We're supposed to be taking preemptive measures. We're supposed to start thinking different, moving according. But a lot of people out there want to play religious games. A lot of people out there want to keep you in a church receiving a dopamine release every week. A lot of people don't tell you what needs to be done. They want you to keep pouring into their conglomerate and their corporation. And I see them. I see them subbing. I see them throwing shade. I see all these people online. Let's just address that real quick before we go into it. Don't think I don't see what y'all doing. All you churches, camps, congregations, and so forth. Don't think I don't see y'all throwing shade and subbing. Listen, I'm not here to threaten your church. Let me say this loud and clear. If there's a person who put in a project proposal for our land that we have, and they want to build a church, and it aligns with some of our morals, if they want to build a church, if we decide they want to build a church, then they can build a church. I'm just not going to your church. I'm not going to your church because I'm on a different level than following underneath another man when I know the head of every man is Christ. But you got so many people out here threatened by the true gospel and what we should be doing right now. And the fact that brothers have taken the initiative to actually take steps towards self-sufficiency and having a community that's totally self-autonomous, then they feel threatened as if we trying to stop their bag. Because let's just be 100% about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the bag. So don't think I don't see y'all changing y'all's curriculum. Don't think I don't see y'all changing y'all scriptures and trying to find scriptures that suit a purpose to have your church gatherings. I know how y'all like to do. Do not forsake the assembly and all of this and all of that. But make no mistake about it. Christ says, when two are gathered in my name, I am in the midst. That means we having church right now. He also say he don't dwell in buildings. Had y'all forget that scriptures? When Christ said that they don't dwell in buildings built by men? Oh, no, y'all don't hear that though, do y'all? Last time I checked, the gospel was supposed to go from door to door, house to house to house to house. And we doing that on the internet. What's the next step is the question. Why y'all want to ignore what the next step is? The next step is what the scriptures told us to do. And the Most High, he awarded us so much just to hold up a mirror to you religious folks. You're religious and you're full of debate, you're full of strife, and you're really not about that life. You're not like us. You the Pharisees and scribes that the Bible talk about. That's the irony of it. You keep on trying to point the finger to people outside of us when y'all are the Pharisees and scribes. So stop playing games. We know who the synagogue is now. Now, with that being said, now that I went on my monologue here, let's talk about what's really happening, what's shaking. I see y'all rolling in. We keeping it 100, ain't we, y'all? We not playing, are we? Right down the middle, exactly what's going on. I want to share something with y'all. Man. Because this is quite interesting. This is a Facebook post that but actually Brother Mike shared this with me, and I want to share this with y'all. Check this out, because this is the reality of what we're living in right now as we speak.
$20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant. All right. Is that six figures? Are you making
No, Jesse, it's actually $40,000. And after taxes, they're taking home $33,135. So the take-home pay is $2,761. And the average one-bedroom apartment in this country is $1,713 plus $200 for utilities. The average American spending about $100 a week on groceries, so another $400 just to eat. So someone making $20 an hour in 2024 in the United States of America is left with $448 that they have to stretch for health insurance, car payment, car insurance, car maintenance, gas, cell phone, personal care, maybe child care, 401k, savings, miscellaneous, the list goes on. But we're talking about $20 for a fast food worker. Well, as of May 1st, 2024, ZipRecruiter said the entry-level college grads in the United States are making $23 an hour. So let's run the numbers for them. Their take-home pay would be $31.35 minus $17.13 for rent, $200 for utilities, $400 for groceries. And because they went to college, the average loan payment for a bachelor's degree is about $512. So a college graduate making $23 an hour in 2024 in this country is left with $310 to do for health insurance, car, and everything everything else that I listed. So for people like Jesse, for the politicians, for the celebrities, for the elites, for the top 1% who are out of touch with everyday Americans, and especially our youth, $20 an hour is not 100 grand. In fact, $20 an hour, people can barely survive in 2024.
Now, mind you, you got the average college students after spending 2 to 4 years getting degrees, making about $23 to $25 an hour right now. Ladies and gentlemen, they're literally putting their money into a basket that has no bottom. That's literally what's happening in this country. And it's not just black folk anymore. That's what you got to understand. Now the rest of the world gets to see what it's like to be literally systematically held down and financially suppressed. They know what it's like to now be a part of the hamster wheel. The entire United States understands now. And this is why, with our community development, we have open arms to people who want freedom, particularly financial freedom, because the housing market is absolutely astonishing. It's incredibly misappropriated wealth going on in this country. Yo, you talking about, in order to purchase a home right now, you have to be a neurobrain surgeon, ladies and gentlemen. It's bad, y'all. We talking about $750,000 to $1 million to get you a 2-3 bedroom house that you can call yours. That's absolutely asinine to even try to work towards something like that in an economy such as this. And now we at a point in time where we have to be solution based. Malcolm X told us that the future is for those who prepare for it. And we got to move accordingly. It's insane right now. And you know what the scriptures tell us? Because this time would be prophesied. In Ezekiel 16 and 49, verse 50, it says, behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom. Now, think about it. America is a whole lot like Sodom and Gomorrah right now, with all of the flexible, zesty propaganda that's being pushed. Now, whatever your lifestyle is, you do what it is you do behind closed doors. Has nothing to do with me, but just know what the Bible says, right? And we'll just leave it at that. It goes on to say, now listen to this here, because this is not just for Sodom, what this scripture is about to say. It's for ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, ancient Assyria, and so forth. Now listen to the sin of Sodom, so you can see where we at right now. Hold on real quick. Let's get to it. Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom. Pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. So this is what you have. A lot of people with idle time. You have a country where people are full of bread, meaning you can go down to Burger King and get you 50 nuggets for $2. You can eat. You can buy a bunch of ramen noodles, right? You're full of bread, but at the same time, you're idle. And this is what America's becoming. It goes on to say, neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. The needy and poor are being pushed down further to the bottom while the rich are getting richer. Matter of fact, the middle class are in a tough situation because they don't want no middle class. The middle class is pretty much being destroyed. The middle class is obsolete because if you make a certain amount of money, what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Here come taxes. The taxes pretty much put you right back into being poor. So although you may have made a middle class living for yourself, those after the Uncle Sam come and take them taxes, you right back poor again. So mind you paying taxes when you purchase items, you paying taxes at the end of the year, state and federal, and your job is taxing your paycheck. I mean, damn. So the country, the balances, the scales are off. The Most High is literally shaking us up and putting us in a position to make different decisions. And as my brother Yawutazai says, some futuristic fly-ish is what we got to come up with. Some futuristic fly-ish. Online, you don't see nobody living in no Mongolian yurts. You don't see people building studios in their RVs. You don't see nobody getting trailers and flipping them and making them studio setups. You don't see no melanated brother with over 100 acres of land. You don't see that. You know why they not like us? You got to do some futuristic fly-ish to basically, maneuver. This is what the Most High doing. He doing something cool right now. But all the naysayers and the haters don't get it. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to these scriptures real quick, because I don't think people understand the spirit in a lot of people have died. Isaiah 22:2. Thou that art full of stirs, a tumultuous city, a joyous city, thy slain men are not slain with the sword, nor is dead in battle. Hold up, they not slain by the sword or dead in battle. So what's up with them? What's up with them? All thy rulers are fled together. They are bound by the archer. All that are found in thee are bound together, which have fled from afar. So they're caught up in stirs. They're caught up in strife. They're caught up in debate. They're caught up in all the wrong things. They're caught up in religion. They're not slain by the sword. Ain't nobody killed them, but they might as well be dead. They might as well be dead. Why? Because they become so religious, they're no earthly good. And a lot of these churches want to keep you the same way, not thinking outside the box and actually doing what the Lord told you to do. Speaking of taxes, let's get on to the next.
Making 20. Where does your tax money go? You're not going to like it. Part 2. So in the first part, we established that of the $4.7 trillion collected by the United States government, that $2.2 trillion goes to Social Security and Medicare. So if you look at your paycheck and you see FICA, that 7.65% is going towards Social Security, Medicare to fund retirement for people over 65. Now, the next problem that we have is that we have a national debt of $34 trillion. And do you know what it costs for us to service that debt? $870 billion. This is actually more than our entire military budget goes to servicing our debt. And they're projected for it to be 1.6 trillion that we're going to be spending to service the debt. It's so frustrating that they are taking 40% of our taxes and not really giving us anything in return. I mean, education, transportation, natural resources, science, medical research, law enforcement is such a small percentage. Even helping people in need, 8%. Most of it is going to a failed program, Social Security and Medicare, which is going to run out by 2033. It's going to our debt, and then they're sending money overseas that most Americans do not want. But yet they're doing whatever they want with our dollar and taking it. This is a prime example of taxation without representation. Where does your tax money go?
And that's what's going on. This is why we got to start doing things such as liquidate our assets and get a bang for our buck, because this whole entire system is collapsing and it ain't coming back. Now, a lot of the times we talk about becoming self-sufficient. Now, there's something I need you to understand about self-sufficiency. It's not really ourselves that's getting ourselves. It's not really ourselves operating alone. Let me go to 2 Corinthians 3:5. It says, not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of God. So when brothers be talking about self-sufficiency, it's not like we're talking in the vein of what we can do by our own will. You got to understand, it takes a miracle. It takes an awakening. It takes a personal revelation to begin to lean towards sufficiency in the Most High. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes faith. A lot of people don't have the faith to step out. It takes consistency and hard work as well, clones and cloaks. But mainly what I feel our people really need, because we some hardworking people. We some determined people. We just work for the wrong cause. We put all our energy into other people. And the rest of the nations have waxed abundantly rich off the backs of our labor. But it's a matter of faith, that feeling of, yo, I don't know if I really want to, try something new like that. I remember when some of y'all watching, y'all remember when the you know what? Y'all remember when the you know what was coming, the sharp object. Some of y'all's jobs. By show of ones, if y'all was getting pressured by your jobs, put a 1 in the chat. But some of y'all made a decision that, you know what? I'm gonna have to step out on faith. I'm gonna have to find me another gig. I'm gonna have to be transferred to another company. I don't know if I can quite do this, because this is against my code of conduct, or whatever the case may be. So some of y'all have experienced that. Now, when that happened to y'all was going on uncharted land. It wasn't an easy transition, especially if some of y'all worked at that particular company for a number of years, or whatever the case is. You had to step out on faith. You wanted to be a quote unquote pureblood. So you said, hey, it is what it is. But it puts you in a place of discomfort. But what you got to understand, there's another level. There was that level. Now there's another level coming, where you'll be in that same discomfort, but it'll pay off ultimately. Now, by show of ones also, how many of y'all got through that situation? You was able to prosper. You stepped out on faith, and some of y'all even found better opportunity, by show of ones. How many of y'all was spirit-led, and the Most High provided everything you and your family needed, and you did what you needed to do without compromising? All right, I see the ones. Now, what I'm about to tell you is there's going to be another situation that occurs in the near future, where we'll be faced with the same type of opposition. We'll be faced with the same type of decisions, because we're talking about the mark of the beast coming. We're talking about what you seen then was a prerequisite. What's coming is something different. Because here's the hypocrisy of a lot of religious folks. They'll sit up here and they will talk about the end of the world, the coming of the age, the mark of the beast. But they won't do anything to prepare for it. See, if you can't buy or sell, say if ye have the mark, then you need to plant your own gardens. If they're going to institute a system, which they will, a system where the banks own the housing market, where all the major banks own the housing market, you have to go through the mark of the beast, Satan's system, the beast system, in order to buy yourself a home. Then you would think they would say, you know what, maybe we should start building homes. It's cheaper to do that anyway. Instead of trying to save up $750,000 to buy a home, or go to the banks and get loans and be in debt, maybe I should try to save up, I don't know, $60,000, $50,000, and connect with people who can help get that home built. Doesn't that make more sense, ladies and gentlemen? But see, you have people who talk, you have people who are religious, and you have people who are solution-based. Which person are you? I need to know who I'm dealing with, who I'm talking with. Which person are you? Are you a solution-based person, or are you one of those people who like to thrive off misery? Because there's a lot of despair merchants out there who love to feast and fuel off of pain and the plight of our people. I see it all the time, y'all. I see it all the time. Meanwhile, what's going on in China? It's shocking, utterly appalling. We talking about China is out here mass producing synthetic humanoid robots. And this is from a couple days ago. Yo, this looked like something straight off of the Twilight Zone, something out of the Outer Limits. Yo, this is the reality of what's going on right now. Because China's preparing for something. I'm going to talk about that. Let's go.
Video looks like a scene from season 1 of Westworld, where they are mass producing robots in a factory. This is in China. They're making life like robots in large numbers. And like we've been saying on the channel, 2024 is the year of the beginning of mass production of robots.
Yo, look how lifelike these bots are. I'm gonna take the sound off because I don't know if this is copywritten music. But just look at how these things move, y'all. I mean, this is an episode of Black Mirror. Now, what do you think they're preparing for? They're preparing to outsource everyone and everything. Let's get the Stranger Things music playing. Bring out the Stranger Things music, y'all. I mean, they're going to be making partners, intimate partners, all of it. We in those times, man. We are in those times. Look at this. Not even to mention the war bots that they got coming. Oh yeah, the war bots are here. The scriptures tell us in Ecclesiastes 2:26, for God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. See, a lot of people want to stack a dollar and it's all vanity. They don't want to put their dollars to something tangible that'll help them in these end times. So when you see people like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, causing all this division in the community, all this back and forth or whatever the case is, all this war, anarchy in the streets, that's because they have vexation of spirit. And there's a lot of people out there who's vexed in the spirit. I look at it like this. Anybody who would cut their nose off to spite their face can't be trusted. And that's what you see going on in the quote unquote Israelite community. You see people with jealousy. You see people who burn bridges. You see people who got hatred. You see people subbing, dissing, disrespecting. But they're not really trying to do nothing. It's a sad situation because the times we in are so dire. Matthew 7:12 says, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them, for this is the law of the prophets. So, you know, when I'm going in on these camps, congregations, churches, they never showed us no love. I'm doing to them what they did to us. When olive branches was extended, it was hatred. It was condemnation. It was judgment. Now, man, there's more going on up in this society because, man, there's a collapse coming. Y'all give me one moment. I need to pull this up on the phone with you. Yeah. And everybody, if you can, pound the like button. Get the likes up on the video. You know where we going? We going to none other than the Hebrew Hub. Y'all already know what time it is. Because it's something I wanted to warn y'all of while you grocery shopping. And put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. I don't know if the music have disrupted the audio. I turned it down some if it did. Peep this. This is something I need y'all to look out for, man. When y'all doing y'all shopping. See, I like to give y'all some tangible stuff just to keep y'all safe out here, because this is another way they're going to usher out the mark of the beast. Because they're going to talk about scam artists and things like that, your identity being stolen. And this is something you need to look out for.
Are you sure it's not fake? Go Dave. Yeah.
Why are you holding it down so hard? Look. It's literally a scanner. We could call the police right now. Look, this is the real one. I have it all on video. Don't use your cards in places like this. They're trying to steal your information.
Be careful.
Why are you acting confused? You knew that was there.
Like, come on, bro. Look, get his name and everything. Because he's saying that you checked it and you confirmed
My
it.
name is. The guys might come over here, give me a cigarette.
Yeah, but I thought you checked it.
You said that it was real.
Obviously not, bro.
Look, this is the real tapper. What is this?
We put tape here. Now this one.
So how come it says right here tap to pay? Taps up here. Why does it say right here tap to pay?
I also need this.
No, we can call the police.
Yeah.
This is evidence.
Please for sure my code.
Oh, it's fine, bro. We'll come to do now, shit.
So, you know, these skimmers. And this is why we're supposed to have our own businesses established. Because this is something going on in a lot of disenfranchised communities where the people who have the very less are being scammed out here. I'm talking about these skimmers are like really taking over right now. You think you just going in a convenience store to buy your products and goods. Next thing you know, you getting all these debit charges and you don't know what's going on. They done stole your identity. They done cleared your bank account. Now all you doing is buying your goods. It's savage out here. This is why we got to get out of a lot of these cities too, man. And we need to talk about that scripturally, man, because we got to be about this. The Bible tells us straight up. And let me go here. In Ezra, it says, Ezra 4 and 15. It reads, that search may be made in the book of the records of thy fathers. So shalt thou find in the book of the records, and know that this city is rebellious and hurtful unto kings and provinces, and that they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause was the city destroyed. So even in the books, in the old records, in the Hebrew records, in the Torah, in the scriptures, it's telling you that ain't nothing new under the sun. And according to those records, you have to take heed to those records, because this will happen again. Do you understand? That's what that Bible is that's what it translated right there. Where everybody's scamming, everybody jugging, everybody trying to get one up on everybody. That's what's going on up in these cities, man. And you got to be on point. And that's no way to live. The Bible also tells us in Proverbs 14 and 31, he that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor. These people don't have no mercy on the poor. They over here putting skimmers trying to steal the little bit of breadcrumbs that we getting out here. The little bit of breadcrumbs that we make, and they want to take that. Let me see. Somebody in the chat says, I turned them into the FBI. Sheesh, that's the FBI. All you had to do was call the cops. But you never know, they can be in on it. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. The cities are going to go into chaos, y'all. Right now, they got bioengineered food. Start reading the packages on your food. It's bioengineering all through it. Let me share with y'all something, because I keep in touch of things like this. Peep this.
Say Aldi Fresh, but their salads contain bioengineered food ingredients. Their bagels contain bioengineered food ingredients. Not so fresh. No artificial flavors, but it contains bioengineered food ingredients. Even the granola bars or fruit bars contains bioengineered food ingredients.
This is why we should be growing our own foods. And just look at all the ingredients that's in those packages. Now, you would think that organic food would be cheaper because it's less ingredients. But just to show you how greedy, demonic, and sick this country is, right? They'll go ahead and, go into the laboratory, add more chemicals and throw this here and throw aspartame and then throw this in it and throw that in it. It's more ingredients, but it's cheap. Why? Because they want big pharma to keep lining their pockets up. Why? Because they want to kill the poor in this country. Why? It's clear and evident they want people who can't afford to eat, organic, to just pretty much die. That's what's happening, man. Ain't no way to slice it. Because you're living in a country full of the most greedy, sick, sinister people. And half the time, if you want to find something, certain products that you need, you gotta go down, you gotta basically order them somewhere off some site just to find stuff that should be over the counter or on the shelf. So when we talk about building community, y'all got to understand that we want to deal with people who align with our morals and guidelines. People who want freedom, people who want to plant gardens, people who want to take herbal, more holistic approaches to medicine. That's the type of people we want to deal with. So, when you see a lot of people talking and talking and talking, just know where we at with it. Let's go to these scriptures, man. Because this is the times we living in. Job 27:16 says, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the day, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. Now, what does that mean? We heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the day. This is the work type of work we're doing. We're cloaking ourselves in something that's sufficient. Now, silver and gold would be something that would be considered sufficient, a vital mineral, so to speak. So one thing about it, man, you got to be prudent in these times. You have to be prudent. Let me see. Somebody says, yeah, man. I don't know if it says, I don't want to read that word exactly because, it says, let me see. No, we're not going to do that. Rise to Power says, I find it strange. They want to force feed us their food at an inflated price. Exactly. I find it very strange as well. Joshua 20:4. Let's get it. And when he that doeth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of that city. That shall take him into the city unto them and give him a place that he may dwell among them. We don't have that kind of love no more within our cities. We don't have that type of love within the so-called Israelite community. We don't have those accommodations. You know why? Because everybody's in competition. Instead of letting the people, what I'm about to say, instead of accommodation, it's competition. That's what's going on in our communities. And Christ told us that you go to those who accept you, those who receive you. And if they receive you not, you shake the dust off of your shoulders. That's what the Bible says. For all the Bible toting, scripture quoting pastors and preachers out there who claiming you supposed to keep dealing with religious zealots who don't have a plan. Only some scriptures to keep people coming back for a quick fix. The Bible says they will be ever learning and never come into the knowledge of truth. And that's what's happening. You got so many people sitting down, giving the pastor tithes and offerings when we know that tithes wasn't finances. It wasn't money. That's a false doctrine. Tithes was actually bringing resources. That will be tithes this day will be equivalent to a food bank. If we all had a community, your tithe would be, let's put something in for the food bank. So during the season, we're going to have food and honey and wheat and grains and rice and so forth. That would be a tithe right there. Not the pastor getting 10% of your paycheck or any percent of it. When you barely making ends meet, when you barely getting by. And tithes was for the Levitical priest. And you know what's interesting? Who's that girl? She brings up the Levitical priest. Let me say something too, because you got so many people caught up in holy day this and holy day that. I'm about to say something that's going to really blow y'all's mind, right? How can we keep the feast days? Now, people, what I'm about to say, don't take out of turn what I'm about to say. But how could we keep the feast days without the Levitical priesthood? Literally, show me how the feast days are conducted without the Levitical priesthood. Do y'all see a Levitical priesthood walking around our community? Now, I'm not telling you it's nothing wrong with having a rest day in the Lord and doing what it is you do. That's not what I'm telling you. But keep in mind that the Sabbath is made for man, not against him. Which that's a topic for a whole nother day. One day I'm going to do a whole lesson on what the Sabbath really is, so y'all can understand and stop being religious. I'm going to really break it down to y'all one day. Now, we all know that it was commanded for the Levitical priesthood to conduct our holy days, right? We don't have one of those. But, that's ruining their religion. They're not quite ready for that, though, are they? That's another topic for another day. But anyway, let's get into these scriptures. Because the scriptures speak real clear as day how we supposed to be maneuvering right now. Now, 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in mine infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. I rather glory in my infirmities. and let the power of Christ rest upon me than be under the rule and thumb of some other man. I'd rather have the power of Christ pull me through and help me to lead and navigate and guide my family than to be listening to some preacher and pastor in the pulpit trying to tell me how to live my life when he ain't even living right himself. And you got these men talking about follow me as I follow Messiah. I'm finna cut out the middleman. I'm finna follow the Messiah. Because in all my years of being in this truth, I ain't never been under no 501c3 camp. I ain't never been under no pastor, no preacher, none of it. And I'm doing quite all right. And I'll give all praises to the Most High for that. These men are hoarders of souls. Psalm 68:19. Blessed be the Lord who daily, watch this. Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the God of our salvation. Now, am I telling you to forsake the assembly, meaning not assemble? Absolutely not. I'm telling you to gather with the like-minded people who not full of debate and strife and envy, jealousy, contempt. Luke 12:16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. So listen to this parable. This will get you thinking outside of the confines of, the city, your job, the workplace, what you got in the bank, all of this is going to get you out of that whole mentality. Just listen to the parables. Listen to how the Lord speak. And he thought, it says, watch this. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. That's how these churches are. That's how these camps are. They eating good, right? 501c3, tax exemption. Same thing with the YouTubers. They feeling good, eating good. They like, you know what? we got so much, we don't even know what to do with all our fruits. Verse 18. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there I will bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But listen, what did the Most High say? But God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So he that layeth up treasure for himself is not rich towards God. So you got these people out here who just storing up, stacking up, saving up. You even got communities out here. They think because they have a community, because they have doomsday preparation, because they got a barn full of food and they got crops and they got this and they got chickens and they really think that's fruits. And listen, this is coming from a brother who's into community. And I'm going to this scripture because you got to see the spirit that's on some of these people. Let me get this person out of here. Say, I don't like that annoying sword. Get it out of here. How about I get you out of here? When the tarnations is wrong with you. So you got these people who think because they stocking up, they saving up. Well, what if Your soul is required. What happens when your soul is required? None of that stuff don't mean nothing. So what does that mean? I'm not telling you not to stock up. I'm not telling you not to prepare. I'm not telling you to not move accordingly. But don't think that that's your salvation. Don't think that that's your fruits. Somebody says, set up a community trust structure. Set up a community treasury. Maybe do a video explaining how the planned community will be structured. Hey, listen, these are things that's already been done. And why would I set up a video to show you how we'll do our treasury? That's business. That type of business you talking is stuff that's dealt with behind the scenes. You understand? Yeah, they scared of the sword. And that, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can, we should have had 1,000 people in this room. I don't know why they just keep holding me from reaching 1,000. Could you all do me a favor and just politely hit the like button for me? Thank you. I appreciate it. If y'all can hit the like button. When y'all see the numbers almost at 1,000, just come through, pound the like button, try to drive the traffic, help a brother out. Cost you absolutely nothing. Ecclesiastes, actually it's Ecclesiasticus 5:1. Set not thine heart upon thy goods and say not, I have enough for mine life. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, let me show y'all something here. Because what is it? 6:50. We're gonna stream to about 7. Show y'all what's going on in the Babylonian structure. And let's go to this rap beef for a second. Let's go right back there.
So, I'm going to need you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Because it's going to open your eyes to something. All right? And I'm telling you, y'all, it's some real shit. Just think about what I'm about to tell y'all. Do y'all notice how all of a sudden we got all of these rappers going against each other in the entertainment industry? All of a sudden we got all these diss songs going out. Isn't it strange how all this shit started happening right now? Drake going against Kendrick Lamar. Now all of a sudden you got the Game coming out dissing Rick Ross. The Game. Now he's dissing Jay-Z. You don't find it strange how all of a sudden now you got all these diss tracks, rappers going at each other. It ain't just a distraction, right? It's not just a distraction. Let me tell you what the hell going on here. Right now, the whole world is talking about politics right now. Joe Biden, Ukraine, Palestinians pulling down American flags on college campuses. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, the hush money trial. You got all this foolishness going on right now. We talking about the climate, the weather. The world talking about every illegal immigrants, every single thing but what's going on in the music industry. Nobody don't care no more. Nobody don't care no more about who your favorite artist is. Nobody don't care no more about the new rap song that's coming out. Nobody don't care no more about who your R&B. Nobody don't care. And I know for sure these record labels are losing money. These artists are losing money because guess what? Nobody is paying attention to what's going on in the music industry anymore. So what they do, they say, we know how to get the world attention. We got to start beating. We gotta start these diss tracks. Get them thinking that we all beefing with each other. It's a game, y'all. It's a game. These people really not beefing with each other. They're not beefing with each other. It's all a money thing. You heard me? Because if nobody paying attention to none of them no more, who going to their concert? That's how they make their money. They make their money off ticket sales concert. You heard me? I'm telling y'all. Don't be fooled and tricked and get caught up in all of this Drake and figure something out because right now the world ain't paying attention to nothing we got going on. Everybody thinking about what's going on right now with Russia and Ukraine, Israel, you know what I'm saying, Gaza, you know, the Palestinians, and, you know, Donald Trump, you feel me, Joe Biden, you know. Hey, hey, so they gotta do something. They gotta do something. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. Just think about what I'm saying, y'all. Why all of a sudden up? All these rappers beefing with each other now, and they panicking. They're panicking because they going full throttle with it. You hear me?
Yeah, they beefing like their livelihood depends on it, man, because they keeping the people distracted. Hey, salute Ringo TV in the building. Salute, salute. Subscribe to Brother Ringo. Show y'all support. Hey, listen, man. The rap beef is designed to keep you it's designed to keep you entertained first and foremost. Secondly, you're not seeing what's happening right before you. And the brother says something very key. Nobody else in the world gives a damn about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. When there's major things happening, people are literally getting prepared for WW3 out here. People getting prepared by doing what? Moving accordingly, acquiring land, building. There's a lot of doomsday preparation going on. The crazy part is I just showed y'all a video where people are literally shooting Drake's house up, breaking in his house. They don't even know what to do with the times that's coming. They have no idea how to maneuver in such a time. So these people are pretty much keeping you the same way as them. Because, I mean, they're not doing nothing for us. What are they doing? And the brother also said something key. The brother said something key. The brother said they should be coming up with a plan, y'all. That's why I say they're not like us. Yo, could you imagine what I would do with Drake's bank account? Come on, man. Do you know what type of opportunities that I would create for my people? Do you know what I would do with Kendrick Lamar's bank account? Could you imagine Brothers in Truth had the same status? Because let's make no mistake, brothers got the talent. Brothers got the same. Brothers got talent, actually more talent. Ringo, he produced film. He could produce films and videos and music and all of that. I know a lot of brothers that's talented, but they repping the truth. But could you imagine what we could do with their type of backing and support? Exactly. Somebody said it changed the world. But then you in a society where people don't see the potential, or people see the potential, but they got hatred in their heart and don't want to support it. They don't want to support it. It's like we're afraid to let each other fly, man. What we really just cutting off our own nose to spite in our face. Meanwhile, these damn rappers got you trapped in the damn abyss of entertainment. People who don't give a damn about you. People who are in a whole nother stratosphere than you. People who are in another tax bracket than you. People who sitting there, you know what I'm saying, eating a sushi, feet kicked up, in billion-dollar homes, driving the nicest cars and sleeping on the nicest fabrics and purchasing the most expensive items, while meanwhile we worshiping these people. We making memes all day. You got people, listen, it ain't too many people cropping this and making videos and memes and posting that up of the truth being said. People don't show the truth that same type of love because the mass majority under a demonic spell, man. The mass majority of people are under an evil spell, y'all. It's like all people want to do is be consumers. It's tougher for brothers in truth, to encourage people to want more for themselves, it's tougher to encourage people than these damn cult leaders, these preachers and pastors to manipulate scriptures to keep you following. It's tougher to encourage, for me to encourage you to follow Christ. Come start you a storefront, start you a business, get that LLC. Start linking in and plugging in with people who like-minded. Show up. Come out to the gatherings. Come out to the land walks. Bump shoulders with people who trying something new that has so much potential. And like I said, and I'll say this again, I see y'all camps and churches and all y'all. I see all that subbing y'all doing. I see all that subbing y'all doing. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to manipulate the scriptures when the Bible says he don't rest in four walls. When he says, when two are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst. You're over there trying to teach these people that church is the answer for our problems. That's literally what I've heard in some of these camp conversations. I've heard that church is what combats the synagogue of Satan. Churches, y'all. This is what they teaching, and people believe that. I ain't gonna say the name of the camp that did that, who threw all those stubs, because it's like this. I'm not trying to sow further discord, but at the end of the day, y'all already made it that way. Y'all already done made it a certain way where y'all obviously don't want to do nothing that matters. Y'all obviously don't want to become self-sufficient. Y'all obviously not really about unity. You just want to keep your church. So much so I've seen these people not teach the full truth because they're afraid the women would leave the church because they don't want to have an insurrection within their church. They're afraid the women going to leave out if they teach them the full gospel. And that's a damn shame, y'all. They won't teach women the gospel because they don't want to lose them. But I'm telling you, man, these people, these greedy ass people who keep trying to pigeonhole a gospel to their church and their camps and all of this and their congregations or their YouTubes or whatever, man, the Most High not liking that. You're not liking that at all. Somebody said, read John 5:20. Post it. Just go ahead and post it. And the guy's motto was just said our names. I hear you got these people out here saying don't go to church and just say our names. Everybody else saying our names. Everybody else saying New Breed and Ringo TV and you with Design and Brothers in Truth and Mark. Everybody else saying our name. Just say our names. You say my name, I'm gonna say yours. That's the rules I go by. J Dog says, I want to join the community, but I have a sickness. Does UP Farms have a shipping address for medicine or anything? Yes, it will be a shipping address. Absolutely. But man, you know, this has been a powerful lesson, man. And I think overall, what you need to gather from this is that literally America is plummeting. It's happening. The inevitable is chaos in the cities. And I know y'all don't like to hear it, but I don't know no other way but to tell you. A lot of you women running around here who, you know, feel like you can hold it on your own. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna get real. It's gonna come a time where you want to be plugged in with like-minded people, righteous brothers. There's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to humble yourself, and that same attitude some of y'all got ain't gonna bode well in the times to come. The foreigners, they're basically nestling them in society. They're changing different laws, different rules. There's real live purges on the mist. And there's things happening. And I'm not telling you to move in fear, but it's always good to have a plan and a contingency plan. John 5:20, for the Father loveth the Son and showeth him all things that himself doeth. And he show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. Absolutely. Man, all praises to the Most High. I got more material coming. Make sure you turn the post notification bell on so you can get these videos as they're being uploaded. I want to thank all of y'all for joining. For everybody who sent super chats, let me go ahead and shout y'all out. We had J Dog, Will became a new member, RGTM. Let me check the Cash App. If there's been any, let me shout out the Cash App folks. And I start doing that at the end of every broadcast, just shouting out those who support on Cash App. And if there's no support today, I'll shout out yesterday or the day before. Forever Studios, bless you. Salute to you, Don Elizabeth, Miles Bell, Torino, Ezel. Ezel, shout out to Ezel because he's been a continual supporter of the work. And I definitely appreciate Brother Ezel, man. He's been supporting for a long time consistently. Lauren Pinto, Valina, Eric Davis, and Trevon. Also, Carla Oliver, and I am Levi. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Man, bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. And for the record, everything that goes on the Cash App goes towards land initiative, whether it be travel, whether it be building something, whether it be just something for the land. All right. That's what my Cash App is for. Anyway, man, y'all have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.